Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here, I created one of the method as a employee report get, and I also get all the data, and after that I simply load one of the PDF as a load view, and in the backend report folder, in our attendance report folder, I have created one of the PDF, right? So that is our attendance report PDF. And I get all the data and I pass it. So now we have to design our this page, that is our attendance report, and that is our PDF. So PDF, as I told you before, we did this type of work a lot of the time. I want to display all the data with the PDF format. So if you want to do that work, better I want to do into the mark here, into the employee, there is a monthly salary, into the monthly salary, and here I have already generated one of the PDF file. You can see that is our PDF template, right? Now I want to actually use this. So better I copy everything. I copy everything from our employee folder. There is a monthly salary PDF. So I copy everything, and now I close it. And now in our attendance report, that means in our attendance report, if there is a PDF here, I simply paste it. Okay. So now we will customize it as per our demand. Here, that is our total file. So right now we don't need this actually. And there is another table. So I want to remove this table because they have the two table before. So I remove this table. Okay, I remove total things, and there is a one table. And then also here right now we don't need this. I remove this PHP functionalities, so I simply remove it. Okay, so that is our first table. Into the first table, that is our image, that means our logo will be visible. And then the name, that is our address, and that will be, I want to change that name, that will be as a employee attendance report. So that will be one of the name. And after that, that is our table here, that is our serial number. I want to actually remove everything. Okay, I remove everything. I only want to take one TR, and rest of this I want to remove it. I simply remove everything from here. I take one. Right now I remove it, and also from here I want to remove it. Okay, I remove this part. That means this one I remove it. First of all, I want to check it. Okay, and that is will be two will be enough. I take two of these. That is a TR. I take only one. And that is our PDF. So now first of all I have to check it. Now if you click the save all, and now for the PDF I have to actually open our another browser. That means into the browser I sign in, and here if you go to that report management, and that is our attendance report, and I select one of the username, I select that date. After that, click as a search. It's opening with the new tab, and you can see our PDF is now loading. Perfect. You can see that is our image is visible, that means the logo is visible, and that is our name, and that is our employee attendance report. So friend, here I want to load all that our data, right? So I want to load this data. So here first of all, that is our TR, that is our first one is working, and that is our another one as a table. And the table area I want to add where I put as a 50-50. I put as a wide as a 50%. Okay, I make it as a 50%, and also I want to take this one as a 50%, and then I take as a one of the H4 tag. Okay, H4 tag, and I show that as a date, and another here I want to display another H4 tag. I want to display as a attendance status. Okay, so that will be as attendance status. Perfect. So now I want to actually for each all that our data. So I copy it and I paste it. So that will be the same. And here I only want to add one of the for each at the rate for each. Okay, I use that at the rate for each, and also we have to and this for each. So after this I make it as and for each. Okay, so that will be and for each, and here I want to display all that our data. So I pass all that our data from our this method, from our attendance report get method. I pass all the data, take the things with this variable as all data, the absent, the leave, the month, and here I pass it in our this PDF page with this data array, right? So now we can able to use this all data. So now I copy it. So that will be as a all data I make as value. Okay, I name it as a value or whatever you actually choose. So now with this value I want to load this. With this value, first of all I want to display our date. So that is our first one as a date, second one will be as attendance, right? So now for the date I want to do, right now we don't need any h4 tag. Here I want to display the date format. Our date will be as a date format, and with the date format right now I want to display as a date, and then month, and then the year. Okay, that is our date format. And then the start time will be our with this value. With this value I want to visible our database field name, our field name as a date. Okay, that means from our employee attendance, that is our date I want to visible, so that will be as a date. Okay, perfect. That means it should be now loaded our date. And also there is an attendance status. I also want to display it. That will be with this value. With this value I want to access our another field in our employee attendance as a attendance status. I want to access this field as a attend underscore status, right? So that will be our attend status. Perfect. Now let's check this out. If you click as a save all, if everything okay, now it should be load this data. I have already checked it with the DD, right? So now it should be visible. Yes, you can see there is a date, all the date is visible, and then the attendance status is also visible. That is our absent, that is a present, and there is a present, right? So I have taken that as a into the 1st December, 4th December, 3rd December, and the 5th. So now you can see it's now perfectly visible. And then that means everything is working great, because I have already checked it with this DD, so we get some of the data. So right now this data is now visible. And here if you want to add that multiple things, you can also add it, like here in our report, there is a PDF. So to the PDF after this table. Okay, after this table, better I put another bracket. I put another 2 bracket. And then I want to take another strong. Okay, strong, and name it as employee name. I name it as employee name, and then here I want to visible that employee name. If you want to visible it, we have to visible it right now. That is outside of this for each. So here we have to visible it with this all data, right? So now I want to display with this all data. Our first index data, remember, because that is our array all the data. So I want to use that first 0 index data, and first 0 index data, and in our employee attendance, into the employee attendance I have created one of the method as a user method. So with this user method now we can access our user table, all that field, right? So now that is our user method. So I have to use that our user method relationship, and then our field name I want to visible that name. That means in our user table, that is our field name as a name, remember? So that is our user table, and that is actually the name, right? So now I want to display our this employee name. Perfect. And after that I want to add that another one. After that I want to use that another strong tag, and with the strong tag that will be as ID. Okay, ID number I want to visible. ID number will be just like that same. Better I copy it. Okay, I copy it, and after that I paste it with this all data 0 index with this user method. I want to access our user table ID field name. Our user table, into the user table ID field name is actually the same as a ID underscore number, right? So now I want to visible as a ID underscore number. Perfect. And also I want to display that month. So I put another strong, and strong with this month. Okay, which month attendance is that? So I want to visible it. So that will be into the here right now. For the month I have already get this month. You can see I have already get this month and requested month, and I just take the things with this variable, I pass it with this data. So that will be our this variable. I want to display this variable. That means here with our dollar, and then that will be as a month. Okay, So now it should be display that employee name, employee ID number, and then the month. Okay, now let's check this out. If you now click on the save all, now go to our PDF, now refresh that PDF. Yes, you can see there is employee name as a test user, ID number is also perfect, and the month as also displayed. Okay, that is our December 2020. So for the month, I have only take as a month and the year, and you can see here I name this as only month and the year. Okay, so if you want to show the date, you can also display that date, or rather than you can, if you only want to display that month, you can use that month. So now it's perfect with me. And also I want to display our count, that means our absent count. I have already take it, I have already take that as a leave count. So I want to also visible two of these variable data. That means right now here, better after this, I want to put one of the another second two of this bracket. Okay, so here I want to use two of this bracket. I copy it, and after this I paste it. So after that for each, okay, after that for each, I want to take another tier. I want to take another tier, and then the TD, I take the TD. So first of all, if for this TD, I put one of the call span. I put that call span as a 2. Okay, 2 call span, and with the call span area, I want to visible with the strong. With the strong, I want to show the total absent. Okay, total absent, and total absent will be what? I have already get this data. So now I think you know what exactly the things you have to do. So I have already get this data as a absent data and take the things with this variable as a absent. You can see from our user where condition, where our attendance, that means the attendance status as a absent, I get this data and I also pass that our count. So now it should be displayed as a count function. That means our count value will be visible. So that is our variable. I simply load. Okay, and also after that I want to take another strong for the leave. So I make it as a strong, and then that will be as a total leave. Okay, for the total leave, after that I want to visible it. So I have already create this method, that means this variable, so that is a leave variable. So same here, only our attendance status which will be as a leave, I get this data and pass that count. So now I want to visible this variable, so I simply visible it. Okay, so now it should be display our total absent and the total leave. Now if you want to check it, now click as a save all, and now go our PDF, now refresh it. Yes, you can see it's now visible as a total absent 1. You can see there is a 1 absent, there is a 1, and total leave as they have no leave for this user, and for the reasons you can see it's now display as a 0. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. So right now if you want to check another one, I refresh it and I check another one like this user. Now select the date. If I get any data, then it should be visible. Yes, you can see there for this employee, there is employee name, employee ID is visible, month is visible, all the date is visible, the present, so they have the no absent, and for this employee, and they have the no leave for this employee. Okay friend, so here we successfully did that work. How much easily we complete our this report function. You can see that is actually pretty much simple process. That is our PDF format. So into the PDF format, after that there is a print date will be visible, there is a HR, and there is our total absent is visible, or run all the for each data. So that is our total details, and then that is our company details, that means school details, right? Perfect. So that is our main method. So with this method, I simply pass all the data and I pass it in our PDF page. Now our PDF page is working. Okay, I hope friend it's very much clear to you. So now in our next video, I want to discuss about our another portion for the all student result. Okay, how can display that all student result. In our next video, I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.